Hello everyone, hope you're having an excellent evening today. I'm doing pretty good. We've got another Lego building stream, specifically MOC building. We're back to MOCs after a little break building some sets. And we're getting back to a theme that many of you watching will be very familiar with. We're getting back into Ice Planet. Now I know I've even alluded to the fact that I was going to stop doing Ice Planet, but actually this is a pretty pressing thing to work on. We can't get any larger because we have reached the maximum of a large table of a display area, but we can always add more detail. And one thing that I noticed when setting it up at the last convention was that it really could use a little extra polish, a little extra tiles, slopes, to really smooth out those snowy areas and make it look very natural. So that is what we're going to do today. It's very simple, very basic, but should be a lot of fun. It's achieving what the goal of this stream is supposed to be. Get some building progress done and chat with some people in the live chat, which is always a good time. So if you're watching this, feel free to like the video. Helps a lot. Helps more people reach this video. So feel free to like the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe. There's plenty of great videos coming up. I am super tired as usual because I've been so busy building a awesome Dwarven Forge MOC, which is just off camera right over there, so you can't see it, but you should be able to see it in just a few days. We should be finishing the edit for that within the next 48 hours, so keep an eye out for that. But today, we got a bunch of white bricks behind me. We still have plenty of white material to work with. Ice Planet has been very efficient with the tiles, slopes, plates, etc. We've done a pretty good job so far. And as you can see in the building area, we've got the main hub of the HQ ready to go right here. And we're going to try to fill in these four corners so that it's nice and smooth and snowy and it looks really as good as it should. Because you see the detail edge of this landscape is nice and sloped and smooth. We just want to basically polish off all the studs. We have this one, we have another one ready to go, and if we have more time, if we end up going for 2 hours like we would like to, we can do even more if we're really productive. But I'd rather take my time and chat with everybody in the chat. Speaking of the chat, let's go read out a few names here of everyone who stopped by so far. I actually commented first this time, and I left some crystal emojis and the Ice Planet minifigure emoji. If you're a member, you can use those custom Lego themed emojis in the chat, which is fun. If you're not a member, it's 99 cents a month. It's very easy to join. You should have a link somewhere in the description. Henry is here. Good to see you, Henry. Hope you're doing well. And also dropping those Ice Planet themed emojis. Grumpy J is here. Good to see you, Grumpy. Huzzah! More COOL Ice Planet builds. I'm going to try not to say COOL. I may have already said it in the intro. I'm going to try not to do that. People who've watched other Ice Planet live streams know that I'm just trying to avoid that word out of irony, spite, I don't know. But yeah, we'll try not to say it. See if I can catch myself from saying it any more times. I have the counter ready just in case, but I'm hoping I can avoid it. Michael was here earlier, but the one time I'm busy on a Friday, I had to accept an early morning shift at work. Guess I'll be missing the stream too. Good luck on the MOC though, Mark. Hey, no worries, Michael. Get that work done. Get some rest. Get to bed early. We'll miss you, but hopefully you can catch a little bit of the replay later if you want to. Geology Joe is here. Good to see you, Geology Joe. If you need help on your Lego stones and rocks, contact Geology Joe because he was very helpful on this last build that is yet to be uploaded. So I actually gave him a little shout out and talked about some of the information he was able to give me. So looking forward to that. UFO Bricks, good to see you, UFO Bricks. Hope you're doing well. Ryan, my buddy Ryan. Evening all. Wish I was building. My Lego order arrives tomorrow. 9.6 pounds of Lego. Can't build till then. Hoping to see more terrain. Yeah, we've got more terrain tonight, Ryan. But man, that's a lot of Lego coming your way. That should be pretty fun when you get that. Looking forward to that for you. So, was busy last Sunday. Missed the sorting. Yeah. No worries, Ryan. We were just. It's about as regular as sorting gets, so there wasn't too much to miss. So, but yeah, we'll be doing more sorting hopefully this upcoming Sunday as well, as long as I'm free. If things go to plan, we'll be fine. Boba is here, Boba Fett specifically, and I'm loving the Magisto emoji. Looks terrific. Let's go, Rob Claxton. Good to see you, Rob. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Teaver or Fleaver. He told me how to pronounce it. I always forget. Fleaver, but Steve. So good to see you, Steve. Oh, hi, early peeps. Yes, we're still pretty early. A few minutes in now. No problem. Cross Airborne Custom says, hi. Good to see you, Cross. Hope you're doing well. Lego Fan B. Andrew Riley is here. Grilled Cheese Bricks. Good to see Grilled Cheese Bricks. Yeah, everybody's here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, all the emojis. I need to scroll down a little bit further. Matthew is here. Good to see you, Matthew. Yeah, climate change is very pressing. Yes, yeah. On the planet Boreas, it's terrible. It is so cold, and they're really jealous of all of our hot weather in the northern hemisphere getting into the summer. So, yeah, that's how it is. Mark, you're here a little early. You must have heard Grumpy said he's giving free Lego away. Is Grumpy giving free Lego away on my live stream? That would be insane. No, I don't believe you, Rob. I just don't. I frankly don't believe you. All right, Hayden is here. Good to see you, Hayden. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a while since I caught a live stream. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a few episodes, Hayden. But yeah, we're back. We'll be starting momentarily. I'm just trying to get through all the comments. Noble Bricks. Good to see you, Noble Bricks. I see you bought the prize machine set. Very cool. Yes, it is directly behind me here. And I got it because I really wanted all the cool figures inside. And they are as cool as they look. They're great to have. But the build itself is exactly what I thought it would be. It's not it doesn't justify the price point, but the figures are awesome, so that's why I got it. And I managed to save a few dollars by using some of my rewards points. So I was able to reduce the price a little bit. It wasn't like the full 180. I rounded it down just a hair. Axel is here. Good to see you, Axel. I was reading the next name, Axel. Good to see you, man. I love that crystal profile picture. I'm already tired. Let's see. Malachi is here. Tever. Ryan. Another Ryan is here. Good to see you, Ryan. Let's see. Keeping through the comments. And now, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. It's Helikaon. Helikaon. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Helikaon. But yes, good to see you. Love all the emojis. Thanks for dropping those in the chat. Appreciate it. Moving on, we got Lego Fan B. SFam Studios is here. Hi, Mark. I'm so glad you're doing another Ice Planet stream. We've just about reached the bottom of the comments, guys. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us. Yeah, another Ice Planet stream. I think it'll be at least a few more episodes before we're finally done with this awesome layout. It did turn out really well at the convention, so I'm happy with it. And I also have, to my left, a whole bin of white tiles and slopes and other useful pieces that I pulled out prior to the stream so that I have plenty of material at my fingertips to work with. This is something I've done in the last couple builds, specifically color-based stuff. Like, so for the Life on Mars build, about a week ago, a little over a week ago, I pulled out all the sand blue and sand purple, and it really helped. And this time we pulled out all the tiles and slopes to make it a little bit quicker for us. So I heard I was free Lego of the COL Nexonites. No, Rob, no free Nexonites today, unfortunately. But maybe one day we'll do a giveaway at some point. That might be something. I don't know if it's for members or for everybody. Polybags and stuff. I have lots of spare polybags. We might be able to work something out. Malachi said, I have a question for anyone that would like to give advice. I am building a first order vault. I have a wall that is slanted at an angle using clips. I, however, now need to fill in the side. How should I fill in the side? Malachi, that sounds like you need to send me an email for my mock review, and I could give you some advice there. But, yeah, there's multiple things you could do. Tiles, plates. Yeah, good luck with that. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Gola. Thanks for stopping by. We are just beginning the builds tonight. It's very simple. We're trying to detail out these corners, and I'm going to probably keep this base on the landscape chunk as I build to try and remember where it should be. This is a little bit annoying because one of my favorite things about this build was that you could set up the landscape however you wanted, and then you could set the buildings on, and it would always make sense. It was a smooth surface, and you could change it up as you wanted. Now, because we're decorating this to fit the buildings around it, this chunk has to go with this building, and is limiting our options of how much we can customize it. But hopefully, the concept still remains. We'll see, but it's locking us in a little bit, which is okay, but not the end of the world. I want to put this piece in first because this big slope is one of my favorite pieces. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's a giant wedge curved slope combo piece. Somebody let me know the official name if you want. I'd look it up on Bricklink. But that is going to go in first. Let me get 2x4 to put underneath there. There you go. And I got the white pieces behind me so that I can pull up pieces. Let's see. I think it's going to go right there. But I'm not going to snap it down immediately because then you have that exposed area of studs. We're going to raise it up a plate. There we go. Just like that. So a little bit of surface area underneath. I might even do this and this. And now it can go on and we can put tiles underneath anytime we want. Like this. And maybe a 2x2. There we go. And maybe a corner piece. We're trying to essentially make this smooth on the outside, not have too many abrupt areas. There we go. Because fresh fallen snow makes a surface pretty smooth and slippery, icy. So that's starting us off, and now we just get to fill in that inside corner a little bit too. So, but yeah, just that's the concept. We're just putting snow drifts around the landscape as we go. So keeping it simple, hopefully. And I have gathered out lots of slopes, but I haven't gathered out a bunch of plates or bricks. So whenever I need a plate or brick, I'm going to have to look back and get those. But let's see. Creator Co 3 says, have you gotten to see any of the mock builds people have sent you? Yes. As far as how many emails I've gotten, yes, I've gotten like 20 plus emails from a bunch of different people. A lot of great mocks. I'm very excited by the response. So that will be a video hopefully soon. I'm planning on filming it either Sunday or Monday. And because it's been almost a week now, we've gotten plenty of submissions. So we'll hopefully cover about 10, maybe 15 of the first models that have been submitted, basically in chronological order. And then whatever ones are left over, when we run out of time, we'll save those for next episode. So hopefully we'll have a few episodes of mocks ready to go by the time we're ready to film. So looking forward to that. Should be a great time. Very excited that so many people wanted to share their mocks with me and show them to me. So it was really cool. So you're going to grab any of the upcoming Bricklink designer sets. I'm not even sure which ones are coming up. I'd have to double check, Hayden. I know I have, I was going to, or I already have. I'm not even sure now. I need to double check. I was going to get the Siege encampment. I think that one already came out and I did place an order, but I'm not sure. If it hasn't come out yet, that's one that I was definitely wanting. But other than that, not too many. I mean, the Wolfpack Castle looks interesting, but it's not for me. I don't know. So, yeah, let me get a 1x6 plate if I could find it. Or not. There we go. Teaver says, reminds me of a moon-based module. Watch out for yellow snow. Yes, yellowed pieces are going to be the bane of my existence here. We'll try and work around it as best we can. But right now we're actually trying to go back down so that we don't stick out right here too much. Might do something like that. And let's see. Need a few more plates, I reckon. Or one of these would work. Yeah. But we need a 1x4 plate for this one so that it's not too problematic for the plates. Let's get a 1x4, 2x4 tile. Oh no! I was about to put this tile down, but it appears to have a print on it. I don't know if we can read that. Police HQ. So it's different phone number. It's a phone list, phone book for different sets. I don't know if those numbers are real though. It's just 3 digits, so it could be any phone number, I guess. But yeah. Are any of you going to get the How to Train Your Dragon Toothless on release at any point? Good question, Cross. I did a short video on this not too long ago. That's not for me. I would have loved to see some minifigures, but it is cute. So I don't think I think that some people will like it, but I'm not gonna get it. I don't think it's for me. I would have loved to see some different choices. Oh dang! So excited to see all those mocks. Yeah, there's a lot, and I know Judge Joe submitted a couple, so I'll be for sure he'll have a couple models featured. That being said, I'm gonna try to have it be roughly 1 or 2 models per person. I know some people sent up to 4 separate creations, so once we get past maybe 1 or 2, we'll probably save the remainder for next episode, so that it's not like half the episode is one specific builder. We'll cover as many different people as possible. But yes, I'm hoping to show all the creations that have been sent to me so far. Nothing objectionable, which is great. I was thinking I was gonna have to say something like, okay, yeah, it has to be family friendly, guys. But no, we're good. Although it's still pretty early in the process, so we'll see. Toothless set is cute, but I'd rather proper proportions. Probably means a minifig scale won't work though. They might have tried to figure out a minifig scale toothless. I know that mock builders don't have the same constraints that a set designer has. It has to stay together. It has to withstand a child playing with it, and most mocks don't survive those standards. So I get it why they couldn't do that. It just makes me sad that they couldn't do that. So, yeah. All right, let's do that. And that means we need a 1x4 or thereabouts. Here we go. So now we just need a few white bricks on the inside there. And I think they just need to be a brick tall, if I'm not mistaken. This is also going to be raised up a tile. Let me get some jumper 2x2 tiles to put this on, because I do want this to be removable. I don't want this snapped down, so that these can theoretically still stack a little bit, even if they've got some snow drifts on them. So yeah, let me grab some of those and figure out what we can do. Awesome, can't wait to watch your reviews. It'll be fun. I think it'll be great. I'm gonna have to be as positive as possible. I think only 1 or 2 people asked for constructive criticism, which is great. I'd rather stick to positivity. So yeah, looking forward to it. What's the best way to buy pieces in bulk? Lego Fan B. That's a very good question. Probably the best way for dollar amount is to go to Facebook Marketplace, eBay. Sometimes you can find a good deal, but oftentimes it's not a tremendous deal and you want to keep browsing. There's also lego.com. If you just order by the piece, that's about the same price as Bricklink in most cases. Bricklink is okay for if you're looking for specific pieces, but you're talking about bulk. Your local Lego stores, like Bricks and Minifigs is the biggest chain of those, but those are usually a great source of bulk brick. That's why I've gotten a lot of pieces in the past. So yeah, there's a couple ways to look it up. And some places will even sell bulk Lego, but oftentimes you're getting a lot of non-Lego pieces in there. So if you want real pure Lego, you kind of have to pay for it, but yeah. Let me see if I can find some jumper tiles here. There you go. I think that'll do it. Bring these back. So this is what I was trying to find. A number of these. The white, there you go. So put these for the, how wide is this? 10 wide. 6 plus 2 more. That's how wide it is. Let's test a little theory here. Yep, that'll do it. And that'll bring us up to the correct height too, which is still a brick high based on my observation. Yeah. We're basically making sure that it fits as seamlessly as possible. So 6 plus 2 more. There you go. And we might need, it could be blue right there. It could be any color right there, actually. Don't have to worry about it too much. This can all be 1 brick height now, so let's do that. Oh, Fall Equinox is here. Good to see you, Fall Equinox. Hope you're doing well. Mark, what if I point you to some ancient MOCs on my old Brickshelf page? That is totally doable, Teaver. Yes. I will follow links to known websites. So Instagram, YouTube, Brickshelf. Is Brickshelf still exist? I thought it was in danger of being lost to time. I hope it still exists. Yes, that works, Teaver. You can also theoretically download those photos and send them to me too, right? So they don't have to be amazing photo quality. I just need to be able to see what's happening. So, all right, that's the correct height. Let's drop it in there and see what it looks like. That looks really good. Now, there's some things we can do here. What we're dealing with now is the edge of a wedge. I don't know if you can see that small blue wedge underneath that black cylinder piece. That's the new surface we're trying to go up against. We have some wedge tiles in white that we can stick in there and make work. So we're going to try that a little bit. Doesn't have to be a perfect match, but I want it to be pretty smooth looking. This should be nice. As nice as the ice gets. Yeah, Goodwill online sells bulk boxes like 20 pounds for maybe 40, 50 bucks. That's probably a great way to get it. However, you are going to get some mixed in pieces, some Mega Blocks, Playmobil, other toys can get mixed in there. So yeah, it varies, says Geology Joke. But great point. Goodwill, if you have a local Goodwill, sometimes you can get good deals. Sometimes it's not a good deal. Goodwill is typically pretty smart about selling their Lego. It's not like pennies. They usually charge a fair amount for it. But it's still probably worth it if there's real Lego in there. So, white tiles can't jump. That's right, Geology Joe. White tiles cannot jump. As a white person who has played a little basketball when they were younger, I could not jump. I'm dead serious. It's funny. The stereotype is very true, unfortunately. I still had fun, but just I couldn't jump. Alrighty, got some wedge tiles here. Let's see, that'll work. That'll work really well. I like that. Just need one more specific wedge size. Oh man, this is gonna look great. Look at that. Okay. So look at that, everybody. You see how we've got that that clean edge of white tiles? So nice. We could just put a few more on the inside, maybe a slope or a brick in there too. We'll be good to go. Cheese slopes. Yep, cheese slopes are great. All those MOCs are from pre-2006 will be super low res pics. You don't have them saved on some flash drive somewhere, Teaver? No, it's fine. Hey, I'll take a super low res MOC picture. It's fine. Yeah. If you're looking for some good white pieces for this MOC, I recommend Zane's Titan Mech. That's one that I wanted to pick up back in the day. Hello. That is a really, I almost said COL. It's a really good set. Really phenomenal set. So yes, not going to say that word. I wish it was Friday forever. I mean, me too. Hello, me too. Friday's a nice day. Yeah. I bought a vintage Technic set from 1987. I thought you were saying for 1987. Still with box from Goodwill for $8 recently. That's a tremendous deal, Jojo. That's awesome. That's a great deal. SFAM Studios has a question. If you could make an ice planet themed Lego Masters challenge, what would it be? Ooh, it would need to have some sort of ice twist to it, right? Yeah, I don't know. I want to somehow capture the concept of melting. Maybe when you have pieces of ice, it's almost like a one of those, not a perpetual motion machine, but something with motion and ice melting somehow. I don't know. Or maybe your build has to slide, and you have to slide it to a certain target. Like, you know how those guys will have those big weights, curling I think it's called, and they'll just slide those along the ice. That'd be a pretty crazy time too. So yeah, there's definitely some things they could do if they wanted to. I don't know if they actually will though. I know for the Christmas specials, they tend to get a little bit more wild with those kind of things. So we'll see. A Lego curling competition would be fun. I would have a lot of fun doing that. You have to build a very sturdy vehicle or themed build on, maybe even on a curling weight or something like a curling weight. Slide it in there. That'd be fun. Where's the snowboarders? Oh yeah, exactly. Snowboarders. Well, this is hardly what I would call a steep slope. It is looking better though. It's much better than it was. So we'll take it. Let me get a cheese slope. Just like Grumpy was saying, a cheese slope would really be the bestest right now. And that would be good too. Yeah. Smooth as silk. Smooth as a glass of chocolate milk on a Friday evening. Here we go. Let's get a little, that's it, 1x2 slope. And I think that'll about do it. Let me get one more 1x1 something. There we go. Yeah, and I think that's about as smooth as we should go before it gets kind of absurd. But that's the smooth corner for this landscape right there. We can start working on the other one since we have the correct measurement. We know exactly what to do. It should be right here. But do we want to have it be that simple? Do we want to round it out a little bit? Get some of that sticker residue off there. I don't know what this is from, but it had a sticker on it at one point. There you go. Fresh powder, brah, says Stever. I can just see the snowboarder. Andrew B is here. Good to see Andrew B. Hello. If there are any mock pics from my childhood, you'll need a slide projector to view them. I don't have one of those, Andrew. So it'll have to be in probably JPEG or PNG or maybe GIF, a GIF, whichever way you prefer to say it. One of those photo formats would probably work the best. Could certainly melt some Lego with flamethrowers. That would that would melt Lego and more, which is probably not ideal. I think on Lego Masters they reuse the pieces still, so yeah, that wouldn't work ideally, but all right. Let me get the tile placement here. There you go. So from there to there, let's do, that should work, and that should work. But that would be tricky. How does this look? Let's look at this. Is that working? I think that's working. We need to raise the curved one up one plate, which we can do. Let's try that. Because this needs to be above the tiled surface, not interrupting it. You need to raise it up one if you want to put tiles underneath on that level. Like the idea of a Doom MOC. Ooh, Doom would be awesome. That'd be pretty neat. You should play Doom if you haven't already. I'm planning on making a Doom MOC soon. Yes, I've played the first two Doom games a little bit. I have not finished either one because I can only get so far before I run out of steam. But they are pretty fun. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Doom and scary stuff. I think it would be fun to make some MOCs like that someday. I want to make a big, like, evil obsidian castle at some point in the future. A Vladik's Dark Fortress, if you will. So... Okai is here. Good to see you, Okai. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I think we said hi to Andrew Riley earlier. But yeah. Hi, I'm watching the stream while sorting laundry. That is. Well, that's still productive, Okai. No worries. That's good for you. Let's see. I'm glad you're getting your laundry taken care of. I tend to let mine. Once it's washed, it's like in a basket for a while. I need to fold it and get it dealt with. I think right now it's all dealt with, but. That is one of my issues. I just don't feel like getting around to it. I'd rather be building. Always be building. Alright. So we're going to try this. This means that. Yeah, I don't need that. Let's put this on there instead. There you go. Let's do something else besides that, though. Yeah, that works. We'll do that. All right, let's make sure that actually fits, though. Oh, the comments are moving, and I am not. Good grief. Should I make a castle mock or a Star Wars mock? I prefer castle Lego Fan B, but there's a lot of Star Wars builders out there. Henry says, Mark, do you buy bulk lots to get most of your collection? Or have you slowed down, only purchase sets you're interested in at this point? Much the latter, Henry. I have a lot of pieces, and I just get things that I don't have, which is not much. Cool figures, weird pieces, that sort of thing. One of my more recent purchases was that I call it the gumball machine. The minifigure prize machine is one of my latest purchases because I like those figures. I don't really need the red and gray and clear pieces as much. So, should you make it like the snow blew in from one direction so that it's piled up one side more than the other? That's the logical thing to do, Geology Joe. But I'm probably not going to do that. I'm just going to have it be kind of random. Because it's a lot of snow and a lot of kind of swirling winds versus just all one sweeping direction. But yeah, that would make sense. Mark, you have a husky on the thumbnail, but everyone knows huskies are Blacktron. I have a good authority from Angus and Ice Planet that has vampire cats, which is apparently saber-toothed tigers. I think I have a saber-toothed tiger, Teaver. I'll have to look and see if I do. We don't question Angus. No, we don't. Blacktron and huskies are a thing for sure. Any rocks poking out of the snow? I was going to have a crystal on one of these corners, Ryan, for sure. Good comment. Quake mock. Quake is the thing, for sure. The Eternal is flawless. Yep. Eternal is a good game. I only got a little ways in before I ran out of time to play, unfortunately. I had to get some Helldivers going. Alright, I think we can do... Let's do that. Let's have it go in a little bit. Yeah, that should work fine. We have to bring that all back down again because it's already too high. But it's doable. A little snowdrift right there. Mr. Pick Your Brain says, Wolfenstein 3D is better. I haven't played that one, Mr. Pick Your Brain. I'll try it at some point. I like those games. I'm not a giant, like, first-person shooter gamer, but I'll play them every now and then. I'm more of a third-person or strategy gamer myself. I tend to get a little bit of motion sickness with, like, really locked-in video games. Like, even if I'm playing Minecraft too much, and I'm just, like, zooming around mining, I can get a little bit of, like, not vertigo, but, like, just a little nauseous, so I have to be careful. I don't get car sick, but I do get gaming sick. Just a little bit. Not, like, terrible, but just enough to be annoying. Let's do that. We'll need some more white bricks in a second. But we've got some behind us, so we should be fine. What I might do here is have some footprints on the corner just to make it look like someone's walking around. Let's get a 1x3, yeah. And a 1x1 and a 1x1 tile should do the trick. Wax Splat is here. Good to see you, Wax Splat. Thanks for stopping by. Did I say COL? Did I say COL? Yeah, I did. I bet you I did. Teaver caught me. And Rob Claxton has it there too. Doink! It's at least one. Let me know if I said it more than once. Yeah. Oh, Darkside Brickzerkers is here. Woohoo! Another live stream. Good to see you, Darkside Brickzerkers. I got your email. Very excited to show off your build soon. So, you said something about COL figures up the counter. Yep. So at least one. Medieval Total War 2. Huge fan of all the Total War games. Medieval is one of my favorites for sure. I think my favorite was Rome Total War, the first one. But then the second one was good. I'm now into Warhammer, Total War, all the way to the third one. So, yeah, enjoying those games a lot. I play them with some friends sometimes. So. Let me get 2 1x1 tiles to go right here, because this is what we're filling in right now. 2 1x1 tiles for that very corner piece, and then get some basic bricks to fill in the back of that big curved slope. So let me get that going. Hold on 1 second. There should be some 1x1 stuff happening here. There's 1. There's 2. All right. Now we need some bricks. Okay, that should get us going in the right direction. All right. Yeah, who was it? I think it was Teaver was telling me about look out for the yellow snow, and he wasn't kidding, because you get some baked pieces. There's you can't really see them in this light. Yeah, there you go. A little bit more burnt looking. I can tell from here, and that means that other people will probably be able to tell in person. So we'll have to set those aside. Those are very useful pieces, but they're just not going to work. So. Open world is definitely my favorite, especially the Red Dead games. I've heard those are awesome. Darkside Berserkers, need to play them sometime. Have you played any VR? Good VR games can be incredible, but they're few and far between. Yeah, it's like with the amazing technology that VR has, I'm surprised like there aren't tons of great VR games. There's some of them for sure, but I feel like that's still an unexplored potential there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I have played a little bit of VR. I had some friends, a couple different friends who have VR headsets, and I've played a little bit. I'm not good at that, and that is actually worse for my motion sickness, so I can only do a little bit before I get a little bit tired out and feel unwell. It triggers my motion sickness. So. I don't get seasick either, so it's just gaming. Just being locked to a screen. 6 inches from my face. So. Let's do that and do that. There we go. So what we're doing on that corner is we're simulating footsteps with just a few missing tiles to kind of add a little texture. Not too much, but just a little bit. And we filled in this corner, and we can actually do the same thing we did on that side on the other side, which is this, I believe. There you go. And kind of give it a little bit of definition there. Let me get a 2x2 curved slope here. A shallow curved slope. There you go. That looks good. Let's get a 1x2 plate for this. Hold on. Hold on. So, now that's looking really good. Just a few more tiny white tiles in that front area and a little bit towards the back. Need one more weird little wedge piece for that corner. We should be good to go. I think I have just the thing. Yep, that'll work perfect. You get a 1x1 plate would be perfect. Let me see if I can find one. There we go. We've been finding the pieces pretty quickly today. I'm very grateful for that. Some days, you can't find anything in there. Depends on what color, of course, but some days are just bad luck. We have not had that today. So good. Let me get 1x2. 1x2. That'll work. Yeah, and I think either... Oh, there's a... I don't know if I'll find it in here. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll look good. There we go. So that corner is pretty much all snowed in to satisfaction at this point. You got that wedge area of tiles right there, so it'll match nicely to the building. So we should be good to go. And let's just test it out. Oh yeah, fits like a glove. See that? Oh yeah. And yeah, we're not just, it's technically you could say the wind's kind of coming from this way and it's blowing the snow that direction, but it's kind of just doing whatever it wants. Which is as it should be. So I think those two sides are quite literally done. And we can turn this around. Look at this side. Yeah. Warhammer is extremely pricey. It's like 40 bucks per figure. Yeah, we're talking about Warhammer. I haven't bought any Warhammer figures. Probably won't for a while just because of the high price point. Hello. But I do enjoy the Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 game. I've played that. I haven't played the first one, but I did play the second one a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. So. Lorem Ipsum is here. You ever use art plates? I've been using them as an alternative to using mills. Art plates. We talking about like mosaic plates? Because yeah, those are definitely accessible because of all the mosaic sets. I don't know if they're better or worse than mills plates though. Mills or modified versions of mills work fine for me. There's Lego VR. It's awesome. I've never tried that, Andrew. That does sound awesome. The second one is the best and definitely overshadows the first by a long shot. Off-white inside wall. Oh yeah, filler brick for the yellowed white pieces. Yeah, that's good point, Ryan. Also, it's a prequel game, so it's best to play it first story-wise. Gotcha. I want to submit a mock for the new review series, but I can't decide which one. Any preference for sub-themes? I mostly build space and Star Wars. Also, can we submit videos? Yeah, you can submit all those, Okai, and several people have submitted several mocks already. That's totally fine. I'll try to cover maybe one or two from each builder that I can in the first episode, and if you have extra mocks that you've sent me, I'll save them for the next video. So send them all. Whatever you feel like sharing. Happy to have a look, and excited to see them, Okai. That sounds great. So, Cross Airborne says, Star Wars clones. I like Star Wars. I like Star Wars mocks. I just don't build them myself. But one day I probably will. But today is not that day. Today is Ice Planet Day. I have been enjoying classic Lego sub-themes. Classic Lego space, specifically. For a little while. Probably going to keep that train rolling for a little bit. Alright, one piece that I really want to sneak in here somehow is this classic white quarter octagonal shape slope. But it's like 2 bricks tall, and that makes it tricky. So we'll see what I can do here. And if I had a 2x2 with a wedge through it tile, if I had one more of those, which I may or may not at this point have any more, but that would be pretty neat. That would save me from going any higher than I already am, which would be good. Yeah, something like that. Oh wow, we got too bright over here. Calm down. There you go. The white balance sometimes just goes freaks out. Haven't bought Warhammer since like 1997. It's pretty based opinion there, Laura. Malister is here. Good to see you, Malister. Thanks for joining. Although I know you would prefer Star Wars Cross. Exactly. Cross is a big Star Wars Clone Wars era fan. If we know anything about Cross, that's it. Yes, 16 by 16 and use a 32 plate on the bottom. That might work. I don't see why not. It would save you some time filling bricks, so yeah. Blue coats seem to have dominated the poll. Landslide even. Yeah, blue coats are going to be winning the battle unless there's 1,000 red coat votes out of nowhere. So, Malistar, I'm sure you're happy to see that. Grumpy's probably a little grumpy about it, but I think he'll survive. it was a pretty. It's going to be a decisive battle based on what I'm seeing. So, yeah, that should be fun when I get around to building that. It's going to be a little bit before we see that. There you go. Yeah, that blue coat versus red coat. It's not going to be a huge scene. Probably not much bigger than a 32 by 32. I definitely want to have a ditch or a moat. Well, the ditch because they dug it recently. But you know, classic tactics, proven battle tactics throughout the years. So. Need to find a way to add some snow angels in there. Yes, Johnny, that is definitely something I was thinking about. I don't know if they would be that close to the base when they're doing a snow angel, but right outside for sure. And at one point I thought I knew a really easy technique for doing Lego snow angels. It used like an arch piece, if I'm not mistaken, because you want to have like, I think it's the feet of the snow angel. Yeah, because you have the wings, and then you have the feet that make the little arc. Yeah, I thought I knew a really good technique at one point, but I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll work it out. That is something I was thinking about. That and snowmen, or snow women, snow people outside that they're making. Maybe even one could be doing an ice sculpture with the Harry Potter Patronus deer. They're getting really creative as they're bored on this frozen block of ice planet, so. Did I say... I didn't say COL, did I? No. We're good. I've been trying to use other adjectives. I think we're good. Speaking of One Piece, any thoughts on that theme? I think it's great, okay. I think the One Piece sets are excellent. I probably won't be buying any of them because I am a fan of the show. I enjoyed it, but I'm not like a diehard. I haven't seen the original anime, which has, I think, hundreds of seasons. So I probably won't be getting too into it, but I think a lot of people are excited for it, and I think they're some of the best designed sets in a whole theme that I've seen in a while. Seeing a whole theme for a theme, and instead of just like one Stranger Things set, we got a whole line of One Piece sets from Netflix. So that's phenomenal. Excited to see that format. Hope it does well. Let's see. Let's get a little brick to put underneath there. And a 2x4 tile right there. There we go. And that could go there. Yeah. And then we just need a little something right there. Well, white bricks will work for now, so we'll do that. Let's do that. Honestly, I think a normal slope would work better than that kind of modified slope. I'm choosing to use this one instead of this one because I want this one. I think this one will work better. Yes. Yes. We'll do that. Well, why not use both? We'll stick with that. If I can find another tile that looks like this in white, I'll be styling. I just need one more like that. Probably 2 or 3 more, but I need one more like that to go right there and see if that will fit on the front of that piece. I think it will, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. What is the blue coats versus red coats continuously discussed? It's a long story, Creator Co 3. Or Create Co 3. It's yeah, basically Malistaire is a big blue coat fan, and Grumpy J, just to be you know, annoying and grumpy like he enjoys being, he decided to become a big red coat fan, and they're based on the old classic pirates, antagonists of the pirates, the Imperial Guards, Imperial soldiers, and so yeah, choose your side, red or blue. It's been fun, but yeah, now I'm going to take part in it, and I did a poll to see who would win, and blue coats did end up winning so far. It's not over. It's not over till it's over, so people could still vote red coats, but yeah, could be bad. Blue coats, red coats. I thought we were avoiding politics. Hopefully that's as political as this channel ever gets, Geology Joe. Yes, our politics are which do you prefer, red coats or blue coats? Because, I mean, the Pirates win in the end, but besides that... yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's all in good fun. I find it pretty amusing. Let's get, I found this 1x1 tile. I'm like, oh, here's a 1x1 tile I can use. And of course, it's got a little star on it. It's actually a really detailed print, but it's not going to work for what I'm trying to do, so I'll put that in the printed pieces later. Let me see here. Will this work? No, that's not far enough back. That's better. So we need this to... No, that's correct. That's correct. It'll be alright if one of them is off just by a hair. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, let me look for that one weird piece there. Let's see what we can do. Ha-ha! Man, that was fast. I am having tremendous luck with the parts sourcing, and what do you know? A piece from the early 90s and a piece from the early 2020s fit together perfectly like they were designed to. That is awesome. What a system. What a brilliant Lego system. I like to gripe and complain, but this is why it's fun to build with Lego. That makes me excited and interested. Sorry to nerd out on you guys. Good grief. Let's see. Grumpy J shakes fist in air. Mouser! The battle will be legendary, that's for sure. The Night Guy says, hey Mark, watching from the Chaos Waste. The Nurgle guy over there hasn't noticed me yet, so I can pop in and say hi. Good to see you too, the Night Guy. I hope you get back from your trip soon, so we can play some more Warhammer. We were talking about that earlier, but yeah, good to see you, my friend. I mention you by name in the video, so I hope you don't mind. When you're the Dwarven video is going to be awesome, so look forward to that. I'll be getting those sets. Yeah, Grumpy J, if you like pirates, you would love One Piece. It was a very entertaining Netflix show. Let's see. The deer idea is great. Yeah, that's something that Steven and I conjured up the other day, and it'd be fun to do. I think somebody's used that as an ice sculpture before. I could be wrong. I don't think I came up with that idea. If you worked at the Ice Planet base, what would your job be? Ooh, SFAM Studios. That'd be fun. I think I would just be the snow melter duty. I'd be out there with a little ray gun melting all the snow off the building and the path, and I would just be cleaning up. I think that's what my job would be. It's an important job, but nobody would want to do it but me. I would stick near the base if I could. Ice cream taster? That'd be the best job at Ice Planet HQ. Hold on. I got a comment from Jojo. I would be the resident geologist. Ice technically is a rock. Oh my gosh, Geologist Joe, just blowing my mind here. Yeah, the One Piece sets look awesome. I've seen the live action series, and my lady are the enemy series a level 1 episode in over 1,000 ago. Oh my goodness, so you guys are, you watched the Netflix series, now you're watching the anime series? Good luck, guys. There's thousands of episodes, so. Making sure everyone stayed COL. Yeah, exactly. That's a job at Ice Planet HQ. How would yellow snow come about? Wouldn't certain parts be frozen? This is a family-friendly channel. Oh my goodness. Love the base. I've got to still build a base for myself for a mock I'm making for Brick Fair. Looking forward to that, Lorm Ipsum. If you're working on a mock, feel free to submit it to the mock review series. If it's not done, you can wait till it's done, but I would love to see it at some point. Alright, this is just about done. Let me fill in just a tiny bit, a few more of the gaps here. I think some 1x1 tiles would do the trick here. One there, one there, one there. And just a few smaller pieces in general. Maybe a cheese slope or two. just another one or two. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, we're making pretty good progress, though. It is a little under an hour. We've just about gotten... If we can get all 4 of these corners done in an hour, great. I'll take it. It's not the fastest build I've ever done, but it's been fun, and that's what matters. It's been enjoyable. A good time. Alright. Filling in some snowy steps here. And that's just neat. Let me get, this'll work. Good. Alright. Another snow corner done. We've added several steps out front of that one. You can imagine people are walking around the base and checking to make sure there's no snow drifts that are getting too high. So yeah, a few steps in the snow makes sense. Not every corner has steps though. That one's pretty smooth. So just every now and then. Alright. Because one thing I remember about snow, I don't see a lot of snow in Georgia. But I've visited places that have it. And one thing I remember about snow is you will be able to tell exactly what happened in the snow prior. That's why snow angels are a thing. So yeah. And it fits snug. That's not going anywhere. It's already looking really good though. I'm glad I decided to circle back to Ice Planet and really finish out the details of the space, because it's really gonna help. And I'm just so glad I got that big white wedge right in there, because that's an original to an Ice Planet set. I think it's the Blizzard Baron, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's an older Ice Planet piece there. Let's see. These are a little tall. That's like the modern equivalent of that piece. I don't know if I want to use that here, because these walls aren't very big. We have other stuff coming up that has higher, longer straights of walls that'll work better, I think. Huh. It'd be fun to use that. Now that I'm not worried about building the ships, I can actually use these in the landscape. Okay. Well, we'll move forward with this stuff. That's not too yellowed, is it? Doesn't look like it. It is the main question this channel seeks to answer in one's existence. If you are a Blue Coat fan, you are decent and good. If you are a Red Coat fan, you are evil and like to kick dogs. Mouster's the most hardcore Blue Coat fan I've ever met. Let's see. Blue Coats forever? There you go. There you go, Teever. Go Grumpy, Red Coats all the way. Oh my goodness, we're getting political here. I choose Pirates. Yeah, the Pirates, I think, ultimately will win, but it is fun to have a battle, so. Wow, comments are happening here. Let me see. Like reading a fax from your smartphone, old and new working together. There you go. Yeah, I don't mind you mentioning my name, especially if it has to do with the Dawi. Exactly. It's just briefly. If you want me to tag your Instagram, I can. But I was just going to mention, hey, my friend did this and loaned me his figure to put in there. Yeah, it's fun stuff like that. Mark, do you like the musician? COLLIO. I don't think I've heard his music heard their music too much. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'll have to check them out at some point. So, have you ever done Indiana Jones? Ryan, I love Indiana Jones. I have done some Indiana Jones mocks as a kid. I haven't done any as an adult though, so I need to get around to that at some point because it would be a lot of fun. And I've seen some great Indiana Jones mocks out there, so one day I'd love to try that. As it is now, I have not really done too much though, so unexplored potential for me. Let's see if I had the opposite of this. It's the opposite of that. That's the one. And what I'm doing now is I'm just shaping out a kind of basic shape with these pieces. I ended up going for this kind of angled one. Let's get a little corner here. Keeping this one a little more simple, I think, but need to raise this brick up a little bit as I do this one. All right, we have a, no. Let me get a 2x3 plate here. There we go. So putting that plate underneath to make sure we can get those tiles underneath without any interruptions. Oh, that one too. We have to do, hold on. We should have to go all the way out. So a 2x4. Not a 2x3, 2x4. Because I forgot that this one also features a little wedge to it, we have to do that as well. Or we'd have to find a very small wedge tile to fit in there, which I don't want to do. So I only have so many wedge tile pieces. Got a couple. These pentagon pieces are making a case for themselves to be one of my favorite pieces, which is very annoying because they first came in Nexonites, if I'm not mistaken. They invented this piece. But they're very useful in all sorts of situations, and I've used them a lot lately with the different tiled surfaces that I've done recently. So. I lost terrain vote twice. Have you ever done the terrain vote on Ice Planet usually doesn't do well. Somehow it always gets beat out by ships, vehicles, etc. But this time there was no poll. We're just doing terrain. So. Yeah, don't worry, Ryan. I've been pestering him for weeks to do the dwarves. Yeah, the dwarves were... I thought the dwarves were going to beat samurai back in the day, but they did not. So we did samurai, and that was a good video. Turned out well. So I'm not complaining too much, but I'm glad dwarves did win this time, so we can get some built. It'll be fun. Yeah, the build's 100% done now. I just need to edit a lot of footage. I think it was many gigs. Not 100 gigs, but it was a lot of gigs. Purple coats, says Henry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I want to see green coats. I want to see the third faction emerge. Green or yellow coats would be hilarious. I'm sad nobody showed up in the minifigure vending machine with a green or yellow coat instead. I guess the governor's daughter does have a tan coat, but that's not quite the same. Has to be a primary-ish color. Let's put some basic bricks in there and raise it up. So we need a 1x4 and a 2x2. There's a 2x2. A 1x4 plate. There we go. Yeah, we'll go for... We're past an hour now. So we could go for the full 2 hours if I feel up to it. I am very tired this week, so I might wrap it up just a tiny bit early. Let's shoot for an hour and a half, which would make it 8:45. So we'll go for another 25-ish minutes. But yeah, we're doing pretty well on the progress so far. Very smooth, snowy effects materializing before our eyes. So far looks really great. Oh, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let's see. Welcome to Nexagon Club. Yeah, the Nexagons are the bestagons, unfortunately. Colin White says, "Hi, Mark. What you making? I just joined." Well, good to see you, Colin. Thanks for stopping by. We are working on smoothing out some ice terrain for... Oh. The stream just froze. I apologize about that. We should be back shortly. Alright, we should be back. Let me know if there's an issue. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, we were working on some snowy terrain here. It's smoothing out these studded surfaces so that the landscape looks nice and snowy. Freshly fallen snow. So when we put this base on here, if it's very snug, it actually stays on there much better. And the exposed surfaces will hopefully look really nice. Very icy. And we just have one more corner to finish, and then we'll be done with this section and be able to move on, but the plan's working, so it's good. And if you've just joined, feel free to like the video. It could always stand for a few more likes. It helps the video a lot. So, those pieces are fantastic. Can't get enough. Yeah, and they come in all the different colors now, too. So it's very useful. Next night's coming in clutch is your new favorite theme. No, Dark Side Berserkers. Absolutely not. Next nights were so hated, but they keep providing so many useful elements. I know. They were the worst, and yet the pieces are, frankly, the best in some ways. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate. Bricking Up Brad says, "What's up, Castle Bro?" Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it. I'm not the Castle Bro anymore, but I appreciate the sentiment. Good to see you, Brad. Hope you're doing well. Uh-oh. Not receiving? Are we not receiving? Experience buffering. Oh, dear. Well, let me know if there's an issue. Yeah, we should be back to normal speed. So yeah, I got a little yellow bar, so there was a little interruption to the Wi-Fi for a second. Sorry, everyone. The pieces in a different line of sets would be wonderful. Yeah, if they were in a different line of sets, I'd like them a lot better. So, heard a computer fan working overtime for a moment there. Yeah, something just had a little hiccup. Sorry about that, everybody. Usually it's pretty good. Tired? Haha, I plan on building tonight till 2. Wow, Berserkers, get some rest too. Good grief. Toys Village is here. Can you show that spaceship? Oh, yeah, for sure. We'll show it off really quick. So this is the Defender of Boreas. It's the larger scale ship that I made for the Ice Planet fleet. It's definitely messing with the brightness and the white balance of my camera, but you can see it looks pretty cool. Pretty aerodynamic, pretty good. And the party feature is, party trick is you can move these nacelles to vertical takeoff, so it can go and back down again. So I accidentally said the word COOL, which is a little bit of an inside joke here, so I'm going to add a counter to the plate over here, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm glad to have shown off the vehicle. And that piece is super loose. I'll have to snap that down later. I think that's only 2 for the night, though, so we're doing good. Just 2 uses of the word COL. Not too bad. You are good to go on my end. Okay, good. Yeah, we don't wanna interrupt the viewing experience as much as possible. So, all right, let me get another 2x4 tile right here. Keep building for a second. No, not quite caught up on comments. I really enjoyed Nexonites. I was right in that target market, though. You were right in that age group they were looking for. Yeah, that makes sense. I think for a certain amount of people, it was a really fun theme. It depends on what you grow up with, really. So. Let's get some bricks here. There we go. Fill in the gaps. Yeah, if we finish the 4 corners of this section, we can move on to the next one. But I don't know if we'll get too far into that before I run out of steam and my voice starts to go. Ryan says, my Ragnarok MOC has 70 minifigs. The guy choosing his weapons is a Nexonite just because of Mark. Well, Ryan, I'm glad you got to use some unique minifigures on my behalf. Yeah, that is unfortunate, though. Let's see. I want to use these, but I don't think I'll be able to. Yeah, not quite. Well, let's see. This would work, right? Yeah. No? Yeah, that'll work. And then let me find some more wedge tiles, if I can, if we have them. They'll work good for this section. It's kind of, the white balance is off now. Calm down. Yeah. Pretty COOL. Amazing build so far, Mark. Oh, thank you, Night Guy. Appreciate it. Thank you. Nexonites are so underrated. What? They introduced so many useful pieces. They really had great demon pieces. Yeah, the villain minifigures were actually pretty nice. They were pretty good. Gotta go make dinner. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Mark. Take care, Jelly Joe. Thank you for your help. And thank you for participating in the live stream. Appreciate it, my friend. Your stream is so COL that it froze. That's exactly what happened at SFAM Studios. Exactly. Remember to drink? Yeah, I'm trying to stay hydrated, Henry. Thank you. I'm trying, Henry, says Andrew. Yeah, Andrew will take care of that for us. So. Oh, did I miss my chance to see Geo Joe in the chat? Boo, I think you just missed him, Nexus. I'll let him know you said hi. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, let me see if I can find some wedge tiles. There's one that I need. But it won't fit there, will it? No, it won't. Alright, I'll be right back here. I'm going to see if I can find one. We got super... Oh, there's another one. We're good. We are so good with these tonight. Here we go. We are rocking and rolling. I'm going to use this instead of this. Let me get a 1x2 plate, or excuse me, tile. A plate would be too much right there, I think. And because that's a 1x4 space. Oh no! How did that get there? What is this sticker from? What is that? Let's see if the camera will pick it up. No, it's just blinding itself. It's a weird, a weird printed element. What is that from? I think it's from a race car or something. I wanted to use this, but now I'm not going to. Do I have another one in my bin? Doesn't look like it. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, and I found the correct size of this. So I'm going to put that there. All right. Let me see. What else could I put there that's not this print or tiled piece, stickered piece? Ryan says, I'll send that one to you. Not happy with all the figs. Need, though, still working on switching them out. No worries, Ryan. You can let me know it's a work in progress, and I'll take that into account for sure. It is just going to be pretty much positive feedback unless you ask for something else. So, joined as he left. Yes, you did, Nexus. This is a nice, refreshing change in LEGO content. Been seeing nothing but BAM space torsos lately. Yeah, you see a lot of those, unfortunately. I think Classic Space is something worth sharing, but it's seeming a little one note sometimes. So. At least I'm here to keep you company, Grumpy. Exactly, Nexus. You're looking out for old Grumpy over here. You can keep me company too, Nexus. You know that. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. We're going to fill this one out just a little bit more, I think. So less footsteps happening, but a few maybe. Need a 1x3 and a 1x1 and a 1x1. So we need two 1x1 tiles, and I love that double curved piece. There's one. Nice. Let's get a piece that's not too yellow. There we go. I got it in the end. So, I was trying to track down that curved piece, that double curve, to go right there, because I think it looks nice there. Now we just need perhaps a 1x2 tile right there, and maybe even another 1x2 tile there. Maybe something on the end that's kind of more curved, not as squared off. There you go. And yeah, it's something that's got a little rounded edge to it. Perfect. Man, we've been really fortunate with the white pieces tonight. I tell you what. I tells ya. There we go. There is a slope there. I don't know if I'll be that lucky though. Oh, hold on. Yes! I love it when a plan comes together. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. Yeah. So, right here, that little slope has a wedge shape to it, which coincides perfectly with that wedge right there. Let me see if I can show you guys here. It's hard to explain, but that wedge right there now fits perfectly with the MOC. So I'm very happy with how clean that is going to be when we just drop this on here. And let's get one or two more 2x2 tiles. Just for now. Eventually I'll get some more secure attachment points for it. Oh yeah. Ba-boom. Look at that. It's looking pretty snowy. Pretty snowdrifty. That works for me. On what could have been a pretty tricky build, but those little wedge white tiles and wedge shapes really were coming in clutch. So happy with that. That's good to go. Set this over here. And now for a technically more straightforward build. But we got some tricky aspects to this too. The first one is there anything in here? No, we're good. First one is that on the bottom here, these have a 2-plate gap between the ground and there. So that's going to be tricky to work with. We can't get too high without that bumping into that. So yeah, got to be kind of careful with these. We'll figure something out. Yes. So you can do stuff like this. But then right next to it, you can't have another slope because it's too high. Or will it be all right if we bring it up one? If we bring it up one, it'll be okay. So we just need some 2x2 jumper tiles, really, to deal with this problem. Lorem Ipsum says, I think the hate of Nexonites was the mix of two themes, castle and space. I think, yeah, there was a number of reasons why it didn't work. I'll have to break it down in a video at some point. That'd be like the ultimate Nexonite dunk video. I could do that. Marta Brooks is here. Oh, he had to go to the dreaded bin. Yes, every now and then I have to go get some pieces. It's not too bad. So, the death of trans neon reddish orange was probably from Lego thinking people hated Nexonites because they were sick and tired of that color. Maybe, Lorem. It's a theory. I think they just cut it because they're cheapskates and they don't want to make all the colors. So. Can't wait to see the finished build. Oh, thank you, Marta. Yes, I will hopefully be unveiling more Ice Planet as the weeks move on because there's a lot of MOCs to share online. And there's also, I want to make one giant video and one 10-minute video. So you can watch the 10-minute recap or you can watch the hour-long video where it shows the building process for every single feature of the build. So, yeah, eventually I want to try to do several videos for Ice Planet. So. I always smile when I see a new Marco Falworth build or vid. Yes, that's awesome, Marta. Thank you. Appreciate you. Glad you could make it to a live stream. If you haven't already, feel free to like the video. Helps a lot. We'll be streaming for another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a night because I'm a little tired. It's been a long week. But, yeah, we got some time to build. So. Let's see. So if we're raising this up one plate, we can technically snap these on there. That means we just have a big stretch of 1x4 right here. Let me get some more 2x2 jumper tiles here. found a few, but they're not exactly the ones you would expect. Should be enough to work with, though. So that's 6. So we need 2 more. Use them there. And that's 6 in plus 2. Yes, right there. There you go. And then it's up to 4. Yeah. There you go. And 4 all the way around, I'm guessing. There you go. Measuring out the size of the building. Let's see how close I got. Oh, it's off by 2 in the front, in the middle. Oh, and off by 2 in the back. Interesting. More of a rectangle than a square. Should have brought a brick separator. Why didn't I? A single tile thwarted me. I might have to go get a brick separator. I'll be right back. And it looks like our white balance is completely off. There you go. So I'm off a little bit on some of these tiles, and I need to get a brick separator to get that tile off because it's giving my fingernails a run for its money. So we'll be right back. I think I have one. Never mind. I have one right here. There we go. Now I know where to build and where not to build. For the next 15 minutes anyway. And that's the correct height now too, so. Good to go. Ricky Bricks is here. Good to see you, Ricky Bricks. Thanks for stopping by. Marta Brooks says, I'm on my mom's account, that's why it's called Marta. My name is Luke. Luke. Good to see you, Luke. Those windows are from Arctic sets, early 2000s, probably used elsewhere too. Yes, those are from the Arctic sets. I have a number of Arctic sets, as you can see. I got, I think, 9 of them here. I think I had 1 or 2 extras, but they didn't have enough to do anything symmetrical with, so. Yeah, and then I also put some transparent neon orange panes in there. They're not actually their real pieces. They're a little bit of a small windscreen that can be pushed up against it, so yeah, they work. It's interesting. Yeah. I was pretty happy with that building. I like the way the roof looks. Alright, let's put some slopes down, shall we? Let me get... I had some really... Yeah, this is what's going to be useful for this situation. We have a 2x4, but it's got a slope to it. And this is going to be great for what we're doing here. Just like that. Probably get multiples like this. Could use some filler for under there. Get a 2x2 plate and a 1x2 plate. There we go. I'll be right back. I need to get a filler piece for this little slope configuration. Doesn't even need to be visible. Just needs to fit. There we go. And we can get back to that. Here we go. Get some white tiles around this outside area here. Two by two. 1x2. I think this is easier because we're working with a straight line. Just having to irregularize it a little bit. So this is where the building is, and it goes a brick high, so anything under a brick works. A few studs won't hurt too bad. And we've just added a bunch of tiles moving that direction. We'll wrap around this corner and go this way. So, yeah. It's working. I might actually do this here. Yes, we can. But let me put that up a few plates. My phone was buzzing. Everything good? Yeah, it's just my D&D group getting vocal on the chat. All right, got some plates for this. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think that one's a little too abrupt. Let me play around with it. Maybe just a 2x2 slope would work better there. Let's see. And let's try it with the building. Oh, yeah. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. And there's one place where a stud goes higher so I can fit a cheese slope in there. A very carefully placed cheese slope, but yes. There you go. You see that? I like it. I can fit a 1x2 tile in there too. I'll do that really quick. Nice. Nice as ice. Need a 1x4 would probably work the best. There we go. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1x1 tiles if we do that corner like we have been doing the others. That's a lot of 1x1 tiles, but I'll find them. They're over there. I'm just lazy. Let's bring it down a little bit on this corner. Just like that. And then we'll kind of fill it in just a little bit here. On this back wall, we only have a 1x2 space along this edge of the map to work with. So we really can't do more than this size of slope before we run off the edge of the map, and we don't want to do that. So we're just going to keep it really simple over here and not overthink it at all. Maybe even just break it up just a hair. Actually, you know what we could do? There you go. Get really bold and have it go all the way up a brick. Like that. Let's see, that'll work. And that'll work too. A little bit of residue or something on there. So a little corner 3x3 slope, which is very difficult to make work in MOCs. It should work nicely on that corner. I have the light gray window part. Was looking for the window panes to put in them. Yeah, the window panes could be hard to track down if you don't have them. Lycra windows are from the same set as the infamous Fleabnork Scorpion. Ah, yes. Was wondering why it was up 5 bricks, then remembered the awesome edges. Yes, so that's the best part of these landscapes, is the edges of the landscape. We've got an example here with our little troop of Yetis. All 5 of them now. Added a few more. They got various weapons, like that one over there. He's got like a big chopper scythe. Guy in the middle's got like a sword. A bone sword. But these guys can fit right on the edge there. Very nicely. So now that landscape will have a detailed outer edge. And eventually we'll have to fill in these little landscape pieces with tiles too. A lot of them are already, but this one doesn't. So we'll have to fill this in with tiles at some point. That's not the project for tonight though. We're trying to get all the way around this building if we can. Oh, 8:45. I just looked at the time. We should be wrapping it up here soon. If I don't find the pieces I'm looking for immediately, we'll wrap it up for the evening. If I can find some that are working, we can keep going for a little bit. Oh, that would be fun to do here. I don't know if it'll work though. Without, it won't. What's the? Do we have the opposite one? Let's hold on. I'm thinking. It's the wrong one. Yes. Okay. Well, not really. That's not working for me. So. What is that? A 1x4? Also not working. Yep, not the right angle. So. The thing I was thinking of wasn't working. And on that note, it's probably time to wrap it up here. One more hour, you could do it. So we've gone for an hour and a half now. And I think that's probably good. Because I'm pretty tired. Want to get to bed nice and early. Got a busy day tomorrow. Got to finish this Dwarven Forge video and get that out for next weekend. So yeah. Mark will be building for 3 hours offline. I do build off camera, but usually not later than 9 p.m., which it's almost 9 here in the Eastern time. So I like to build during the day if I have the opportunity. Mornings are actually the best. So one more might be pushing it. We care about Mark's brain. Exactly. Yeah, I think we're probably good for tonight. We've gotten what we wanted to get done. Yeah, nah, man, head to bed. I can feel your fatigue. Malister knows me really well. He knows when I'm getting tired. I start to slur my speech. I start to talk a little slower. Volume gets a little quieter. But yeah, on that note, we're going to head to bed. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. It was a great crowd. Plenty of friends showed up. Feel free to leave a like if you haven't already. The likes really help this video reach more people. We'll be doing another stream on Sunday for some sorting, at least for an hour, maybe 2 if I'm feeling up to it. And then keep an eye out for the Dwarven Forge video. Members should be seeing that as soon as maybe Monday or Tuesday at the latest. And then public should see it sometime next weekend. So keep an eye out for that, as well as the MOC's Mark review should be happening very soon as well, and a bunch of other fun videos, shorts, whatnot, etc. But thanks a bunch, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.